Azog and Bolg, two infamous orcs believed by many fans of the Middle-earth world to be the most powerful orcs in history. Let's go over the history of these two notorious orcs together and examine the differences between the film and the book in more detail. The appendices of The Lord of the Rings provide glimpses into Azog's reign of terror. Little is known about his early life, but he emerged as the chief orc of Moria, a vast dwarven kingdom overtaken by orcs and a lurking menace known as Durin's Bane. His defining moment occurred in the year 2790 of the Sword Age. King Thror of the Lonely Mountain, seeking to reclaim the lost dwarfhold of Moria, ventured into its depth with a single companion. There they were captured by Azog's forces. In a display of sheer brutality, Azog killed Thror, desecrating his body and branding his severed head with the orcish word Azog. Then he sent the surviving companion back with the gruesome trophy, a declaration of war against all dwarves. The warriors were ready to battle. The War of the Dwarves and Orcs raged for 6 brutal years, culminating in the Battle of Moria in 2799. Azog, a mighty orc warrior, proved a formidable adversary. The Hobbit films present different versions of Azog. He is depicted as a pale orc chieftain with a prominent white eye and an unrelenting pursuit of the dwarven lineage. The movies portray him as a lieutenant of the necromancer or Sauron, actively working to further Sauron's dominion. Now let's compare the differences between the book and the films. Number 1. Motivation. In the books, Azog's primary motivation is his hatred of dwarves, fueled by their past conflicts. Number 2. Lifespan. The movies greatly extend Azog's lifespan. He appears to be alive during the events of The Hobbit, which takes place decades before the Battle of the Dwarves and Orcs. 3. Role in battles. The movies depict Azog as a central figure in the battles against the dwarves, leading the orcish charge. The books offer a less prominent role, focusing on his leadership and more brutality. Number 4. Death. In the movies, Azog is killed during the Battle of the Five Armies in 2941 by Thorin Oakenshield in a dramatic duel. However, in the books, Azog was killed 140 years earlier in 2799. Dáin Ironfoot, Thorin's cousin, in a legendary duel, beheaded Azog and ended his reign of terror. Azog's head was impaled on a pike, a grim reminder of the orcish threat. If you enjoy Middle-earth content, you can subscribe to the channel. Bolg, son of Azog the Defiler, stand as the grim testament of the enduring hatred between orcs and dwarves. Following Azog's demise in the War of the Dwarves and Orcs, Bolg assumed leadership of northern orc forces. Bolg receives less focus on Tolkien's writings. Here's what we glean. After Azog's fall, Bolg inherited his father's hatred for dwarves and the leadership of the Moria orcs. Bolg's defining moment arrives with the death of Smaug the dragon. Sensing an opportunity, Bolg leads a vast orc army from the Misty Mountains toward Erebor to take revenge on the dwarves for killing his father Azog and to claim the dragon's hoard. Now let's compare the differences between the Bolg depicted in the Hobbit movies and the book. Number 1. Motivation. Similar to Azog in the movies, Bolg serves Sauron and wields his sword to expand his master's dominion over Middle-earth. Bolg's main motivation in the book seems to be the orcs' traditional hatred of dwarves, just like his father. Number 2. Role in the battles. The movie depicts Bolg leading the orc charge against the united forces. He even engages in a personal duel with Legolas, the elf prince, showcasing his fighting prowess. While Bolg remains a powerful foe, the book offers no such duel. Number 3. Death. After Thorin is mortally wounded, Beorn arrives in the form of a giant bear. He fights his way through the orcs and eventually reaches Bolg. Beorn then crushes Bolg to death. decisively turning the tide of the battle. But we see in the movie that Legolas is the one who kills Bolg. They have an intense fight, and Legolas ultimately defeats Bolg by driving one of his daggers through Bolg's head. Do you think the imagery in the book was more beautiful, or did Peter Jackson's movie capture it better? Share your thoughts with me in the comments section.